Hi, I'm Mary.
And I'm Katie, and this is The Housewife Did It.
Pop Culture Edition. If you like our show, you can like, subscribe, share, comment, follow, and then you can go to Every Jewels and use the code Mary788 for money off of your order. That's EVRY Jewels.
Heck yeah.
Just in time for Christmas.
Yes. So first of all, I'd like to apologize for our many scheduling changes lately. Um, Frankly, we're just busy girls and finding time to put together scripts. Um, when we're still tired from our trip is very hard.
Yes.
So we're happy to be back. Also just discovered a big old mishap that y'all have been without an episode even longer than I thought. So there's all the episodes are up now.
Yes,
Listen
I'll be.
to anything you've been missing. And that's what I got for a little housekeeping.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
maybe if y'all held us more accountable
If you said
and
where the fuck is the
right,
episode?
made it clear to us that you miss us,
Yeah, true. Would be nice.
this wouldn't happen.
All right. Tidbits.
Tidbitlies.
Exactly. Max Merkovsky, I guess.
Chmerkovskiy.
Chmerkovsky. I was like, what's silent? Something's got to be silent. Nothing is silent. Chmerkovsky, former professional on Dancing with the Stars, said in an interview that the show had, quote, no business hiring Jan Ravnik as a professional. This makes me sad, but I do think it's kind of a good point to bring up. People have been like all over the internet being like, they should hire Whitney Levitt to be a professional. Um, Also, people all over the internet are, this is kind of an argument I think every year on Dancing with the Stars, but they're like, she shouldn't even be able to be on because she has dancing background.
Yeah.
But people with dancing backgrounds are on all the time. Okay.
Right. I like you literally had a Dance Moms child
Yeah.
on it. Like that's
Yeah.
that's why they're famous.
Yeah. So I think it's like a good thing to talk about because like we can't just call for random people who have dancing backgrounds to be professionals on Dancing with the Stars just because they had like some dance training. Like it's a different thing to be a professional dancer than it is to be a professional ballroom dancer and than it is to be a choreographer and a teacher and all of those things, which is what the show would require. But Jan has done very well this season. A lot of people have said, including Val, Max's brother, has said, like, my first season did not go this well. Like, what the heck? And people on the show really backed him up. They said, we love you, Jan. Val said, obviously, I love my brother, but I did not really agree. And so, you know, whatever. Jan said, I'm not worried about people that are trying to stay relevant. I said, oh, it's actually romantic, he said.
I've also seen that they're likely going to replace Riley Armstrong next year.
Arnold.
Arnold.
Yeah.
Really Arnold.
I don't know.
And that basically that like she was told this is her third season as a pro, and they said that she was told like she needs to step it up and give better choreography and better coaching, and that she didn't, and that she'll be replaced with one of the troupe members whose name is Haley. And I think that's also like a point I've seen people making is like not only is Jan not like ballroom trained, but he did not have to go through the like the troupe phase, and all of the other pros at this point, like who aren't like original pros on the show, have been in the troupe prior to being a pro. But yeah, I also think like that he did good, and I think like also I appreciated like Jin's like vulnerability, I guess, with like being coached by Jan, and like she was saying that she asked him like, can you give me harder choreography? I want to do something harder. And so like I think that that's also something that like, especially being new, that you have to like try to strike a balance of like, I'm working with someone who is not a trained dancer like I
Sure.
am, and so like I need to make it early on at
Learnable.
least simple enough that they can learn it and execute it well, and then
But
we
you
can
have to
step
be
it up
able
over
to,
time.
yeah.
Yeah. And when she asked for that, he delivered it. And
Sure.
I think that the dance they did for Halloween was awesome. It was so good, and it's a shame that they went home. Not that
So
I
I
think
was,
Elaine Hendrick should have gone home either,
yeah.
to
Well,
be
I was
clear.
gonna ask, like, do you think that Max's comments are
Mhm.
related? Because like people go home on Dancing with the Stars based on America's votes. And
Mhm.
so like if people, and they had by then, people had seen Max's comments. So like, do you think that played any part in them going home?
No, so Andy Richter's not going home. Let's
Yeah.
be real. The man's now somehow carrying the show on his back. Whatever. And so like I've kind of seen like a natural progression then of like who's going home. And after Scott Hoying went home, like people were like, okay, Jin's gonna be next. Like
Okay.
she's pretty consistently not been able to like step it up as far as the judges go.
Sure.
And so like people were pretty sure she would be next. And I will say once I saw that Elaine was injured and wasn't going to perform live, I did think she would probably go home instead. But she didn't.
Yeah. And I guess final question, how the hell did the Swifties not come through when Jan did a dance to Look What You Made Me Do?
I know.
Fake.
Swifties have better things to do, I think, than watch Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
Also, like, I think people are like, I can't believe this many people are turning out to vote on Dancing with the Stars and not that many people voted for the president. And I'm like, okay, but also you get 10 votes per couple per voting method. So you could vote for Andy Richter alone 10 times on your phone, 10 times on your computer, 10 times, I think there's another way, I think 10 times by calling. So that's 30 votes alone for Andy Richter from one person. And then they can do it with every other contestant in theory. So like it's
I
not that
see.
many people are voting, it's
Yeah.
that they're getting
Voter fraud.
1 billion votes.
Dead people are voting.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Basically.
Like here's the thing, these people ride like crazy, so I would not be surprised if one of them Andy Richter people does have like a dead person's phone that they're voting on. They're obsessed.
Yeah.
It's like Sean Spicer all over again, but we love Andy Richter.
Sure.
He's a treasure.
Yeah.
But also, how is this happening?
Yeah. Okay. Ultimatum Queer Love will not be coming back. Too toxic, I guess.
Yeah.
Taylor Frankie Paul's season of The Bachelorette will air on March 22nd. We have a while, friends. She did say she would not be surprised if Dakota shows up on night one, and that she has no clue how she would respond. Figure it out. Okay?
Yeah. We beg.
Please, God.
Yeah.
Billie Eilish called out billionaires for being billionaires and then donated $11 million to fighting hunger and climate change. Rock on, sister.
Yep.
We have, oh no, before I get to this, before I get to the major Love Island tea, sometimes after Halloween, we love to bring people's costumes to your attention. I have one. I only have one. Kayla Nicole.
Oh.
Dressed up as Toni Braxton for Halloween and did a performance to her song He Wasn't Man Enough, specifically on the part of the lyrics that say, "What are you thinking? Did you know about us back then? Do you know I dumped your husband, girlfriend? I'm not thinking about him, but you married him. Do you know I made him leave? Do you know he begged to stay with me? He wasn't man enough for me." I showed this to Billy, and Billy said, "I think you are thinking about him."
Which I feel.
I have a concern.
Okay, can I bring up a costume?
Yes.
Addison Rae went as Ice Spice.
Okay.
And put on an excessive amount of a very much too light foundation.
Interesting.
What
Billy was
what
like,
do we call that? What are we calling that?
I don't know. But Billy, when I was telling him about Kayla Nicole, he was like, "I'm gonna need some context." And I said, "She's Travis Kelce's ex. She's the one that cannot shut her freaking mouth." And he said,
Yeah.
"Oh."
She was in her phone.
Let's see. Oh, that's not it. Come on, show me her as Ice Spice.
Let me see if I can find it.
It's just a bunch of people dressed as her. Yeah, what the hell would we call that?
Right.
Oh my god, sorry guys. I mean, what's her name? Charlie D'Amelio did a bunch of like Cher recreations, which people are hating.
Aww. Oh, my favorite costume, Demi Lovato went as Poot Lovato.
Yes, that was so funny.
Genius.
Oh.
Okay, let me see if I can find it. I saw it on the Weds.
Yeah, that's not good though, guys. I'm just gonna Google Addison Rae Ice Spice costume. They're literally calling it whiteface. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's really bad. It's really very confusing. Okay. Yeah, I don't like that.
No.
When you could have like done nothing with your face, but gone with. I mean, also like we could tell who it is without you doing the face. Right. But like you could have also like gone with like a more like obvious wig, like a yellow. Right. You know, like I don't.
Yeah.
Why?
We were talking about this last night. And one of my friends was talking about like when she was little, that like she did want to dress up as like other cultures for Halloween, and she's like, and like nobody stopped her. She's like, but also like I was 10.
Yeah.
It was the 2000s.
I was Pocahontas once.
And well, like that's what we were talking about. We were like, there's like a difference between dressing as like a character from another culture and just dressing as the other culture. Because she was like, I dressed as an Indian person.
Sure.
And then she's like, and then I dressed as a Native American person. And like we were like, that's like, now she's like admitting it was bad, but we're like, that's like different than like dressing as like Pocahontas, who is like a Disney princess, a real historical figure.
But certainly our mother was not like, let me paint your face.
Right. And then we were talking about like, and then within that, if you have a child who wants to dress as a character that's a different race than them, like not changing their appearance for that, like so many, like the number one costume this year is K-pop Demon Hunters, and I guarantee half the kids that dressed up as them are not Korean.
Yeah,
and we're not going to make them look Korean for the sake of the costume.
Please, God,
please. And so like we were just talking about that, and we were talking about other things with the costumes, but anyway, and like, you know, like Republicans are still doing what they want to do. They're still dressing in blackface. I saw one, they had a blue wig and like fake tattoos and like a Love is Love shirt, and they were like, I'm dressed as a libtard, and we were like, you what is the point? Like,
Yeah.
What is the joke? People are dressing as Hispanic people and ICE agents as couples costume. Like it's whatever. Like we know that that's not right to do, but like I also think that we shouldn't be dressing necessarily as real people who are a different race than us.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like that falls into the category of just dressing as another culture more so
Especially
than like
when
a
it's like,
character.
especially when it's like not a historical person at all. Like
Right.
it's not like, oh, like I want to wear, this is not historical, she still exists, but it's not like I want to wear this iconic Beyonce look, or I want
Right.
to wear
I
this
think that's
specific
the
thing,
thing.
right? But you're like, I want to dress as Ice Spice from less than a year ago.
Right. Like I think that's the key.
Ice
Is
Spice is
like
gonna dress
a
as somebody
specific version of
today.
somebody,
Yeah,
sure. Like
sure.
if you want to wear J-Lo's like iconic green dress and you're
Sure.
not Hispanic, that's fine. I
Totally
would
fine.
say it's like a recognizable like
Sure.
moment. You know,
I
And,
think
like,
that's
I
maybe
think-
right. That's like the rule. If it's recognizable without you having to alter
Yeah.
your face, your skin, whatever, then fine.
Yeah.
But like,
And like I think
if it's not, then no.
yeah, if you're dressing up as like a specific like if you want to dress up as Ice Spice from the Karma music video,
Sure.
okay, like that's
Sure.
a very
Still
specific
don't do that to your
moment.
face.
Yeah, but like just dressing as Ice Spice, I think is crazy, and like
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Look,
Nuts.
I have never been an Addison Rae fan, and nothing's changing apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still
It's
think
just like-
about like how the fuck is Julianne Hough allowed to host Dancing with the Stars when she has a blackface photo from like less than 10 years ago.
Yeah. I don't mean this like a hard line or like this is like a deal breaker in my life for me. Like some people, there are like nuances, there are things you can pull off, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's like one of those things that, again, to me, it just feels like white people have such a hard time with being told like maybe that costume's just not for you.
Right.
Like, is it possible that like you just don't need to be Michelle Obama?
Right.
Is that possible? Could
Right.
we just like could someone else, or like I've seen so many this year interracial couples did Sinners costumes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not for me.
Right.
If me and Billy did that, he's just a vampire.
Right.
He's not Michael B. Jordan.
Right.
He's just any old vampire. And so it's like that costume is just not for some people because it
Yeah.
just doesn't work. I think you can do this, but like on the flip side, like for people with red hair, Parent Trap right there for you. Go for it. It's literally made for you. If I dress as the Parent Trap, which I obviously am allowed to do, but like I either have to get a wig or like I just look like a girl in a Camp Walden shirt with black hair. Like some costumes are just better for other people and we have
Yeah.
to be like okay with that.
Yeah. There was one of our kindergartners was a vampire and he kept coming up to me and he kept going, "I am vampire." So fucking funny.
Heck yeah.
I love, but yeah, I think just like we have to think a little more critically, you know?
Yeah.
And like
There are so many options for things you can be.
right.
If I take 3
Yeah.
of the thousands of options away from you, you will be okay.
Right. Like, do you know how many white people there are in the world?
So
Like,
many.
You really have so many options. Like, come
Yeah.
on now.
Yeah.
And like and you could be blue people. You could be Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas or Corpse Bride. You could be orange people like at Oompa Loompa.
Like Donald
if
Trump.
you want to color your fucking face that bad,
Just
pick a primary color.
Yeah.
But like Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
Crazy. I feel like I wanted to say something else about costumes. Did you see Sabrina Ween costumes?
Yes.
Good.
All right. If you think of anything else, jump in, but I got to move on.
Oh,
So,
sorry.
go for it.
An absurd amount of people dressing as Vincent Morgan.
Oh, I
And I
didn't
loved
see
it.
any yet. bet they're
I
good.
like one of Sammy's friends. It like loves Big Brother, and like I am like the only person he seems to know who also loves Big Brother. And so we've made a deal, like if they ever do a team season, we're going on Big Brother together. And so like I was outside and I kept finding these TikToks and I had to like run inside. I was like, please look at this. What the fuck? Mm-hmm. And he was like, that's so smart. And I was like, we should have done it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Major Love Island tea.
Oh my God.
So Louis Russell and Huda.
Mm-hmm.
Mary already crawling out
of
her skin to talk.
I want to say something funny about Love Island, and so I'm trying to decide, do I want to interrupt and say it before we get into the deep stuff? Okay. Have you seen the AI videos people make of TJ yelling?
No.
They're so fucking absurd. It's like TJ in like different settings, and it's like clearly not real. And it's just like him screaming about different things. And so there's one that's him screaming on the phone, and he's like in the mall, and he's like, Hannah, give me Iris's fucking matcha order now. And like now he's found them and is like lip syncing to them. But I saw one today, and I can't remember what it was about, but it was like more like it looked like he was in a car, and it was just like screaming, and like it's so off-putting because the teeth are so like perfect. Like that's how I can tell it's an AI video. His teeth and his mouth look really weird, but it's just so fucking funny. And I have no idea how this started. And next year I hope that it will be a I hate gay Halloween because what do you mean you're going to AI version of TJ screaming? But Iris is about to order.
I do love those moments where you see something like just random in life, and you think, I hate gay Halloween.
Yes. I think my favorite gay Halloween, I have two favorites this year. One was somebody dressed, you know that video where it's a little girl on Christmas morning and she gets one of those like flying fairy Barbies?
Yes,
and she presses and it goes into the fire. Yes. And then there was another one that someone dressed as the Princess Diana Beanie Baby in Princess Diana's revenge dress.
No.
Genius. But okay, yeah. I needed to, because those are hilarious, and now we're gonna talk about something that's not hilarious. Huda, it's not funny.
Yeah. So Louis Russell and Huda were on a live, and they start getting a phone call. I like can't even understand how this like works. Why does this person have your phone number? Like, why do fans call you? Like, I'm so confused. Oh, there you are.
Sorry. She said at one point that they had that number had been like calling over and over again, and that's why they ended up answering it.
Yeah.
And then she called it a prank call, and I was like, but is it a prank call? Because it seems like they pretty intentionally called you.
Yeah, and she like it was weird because her and Louis were like, do we answer this? Like,
yeah.
And she said to him, like, you should probably get off live. And then he was like, don't put it on speaker. And it was like, so y'all understand that like it's like when you invite someone into your Zoom and they might have their ass on the screen, right? Like, you know that. But it's like, but you're on a live. Like, I just don't understand.
Yeah.
And they were like, what if they say something bad? Crazy idea. So they answer anyway. I guess they did not put it on speaker, but like we could hear it. So I don't know if they had like mics on them that caught it or if it was just that loud. A fan who sounded like a child called Olandria the N-word. Huda and Louis say, and I think they hung up like pretty immediately. Yeah. And then they were like, oh. And then they started laughing.
Like Huda, intensely.
Like, yeah.
Like they were cracking the fuck up.
Yeah. Huda claims like all they heard was what they thought was the slur. They hung up and then it was just nervous laughter. Which like I understand, like brief nervous laughter. I think what's like interesting to me is a few things. Huda is not naive to what has been said about her and her fans about this season. So even if you did not hear Olandria's name, when the other final cast members of Love Island this year were you with a black man, Olandria, Shelly, I mean, they didn't make it to the final, but at the end, Ace, Taylor, Clark, I was like, what is her name? And like, so it is absurd to me. And like, since you've been out, all y'all have talked about in interviews is like anti-blackness and like, in the reunion, you had to apologize for the things your fans were saying.
And Olandria literally asked you to tell your fans to stop.
So like, whether she said her name or not, you had to know that like it was going to be offensive to any of the people you finished the show with and the man sitting next to you.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't understand how both of them did not just have like a largely more offended reaction. How are you not just like, even if you're just pissed that they put you in this situation because it's on the live, how are you not pissed that they put you in this situation on a live where you now have to explain this away?
Right.
And you know that.
Like, I hear that
and how is Louis not pissed?
I hear that word and like my face immediately gets hot and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like, it's like disorienting,
especially if I thought a child said it. And it seems like it disoriented them, but in like not like, the right way.
I think I mean, listen, that's my explanation of how I feel when I hear that word. But like, also, like, we've been in situations where like we almost get hit by a car and I'm like laughing after the fact because I'm like, oh my God, like what the fuck just happened, and like kind of freaking out. So like I get like laughing at inappropriate times. I understand like people react to things differently. I've seen people laugh at funerals, like not appropriate, but like everyone reacts differently. I think that like the key is that like then she immediately was like, oh, like I don't when she was like, let me address this before it gets out of hand, and like is not immediately being like, what the fuck just happened? Like, if you're gonna laugh, fine, but then like stay on for a second and like explain.
You could even have like played the victim card, I think, in that moment. Why would someone come on my live and say that? You could take that moment to do like a little education to say, do not ever come on here and like blah 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 blah.
And she did like, but like well after the fact.
Sure. But like, I think I don't know. So
her responses were shit.
So basically, like, she is claiming she didn't hear Olandria's name at all, and that's why, like, she didn't, I guess, like, defend her. I don't know that I can hear Olandria's name either, although it wasn't next to my ear.
I definitely heard Olandria's name. I do think it sounded really weird, though. Like, the cadence of it was off.
Sure, but Olandria heard her name, and everyone else on the internet is like, girl, we can hear that. So Olandria and Nick have both posted about this. They posted ways for people to donate to organizations that fight racism. Olandria, this isn't the whole post, but this was my favorite part. Olandria posted and said, while I anticipate that this will result in surface level apologies that fade in a few days, I'd like to transform this moment into something actionable. I encourage those who have participated in the stream and their followers to demonstrate a genuine commitment to anti-racism by donating to organizations and foundations dedicated to educating and uplifting this community, such as the UNCF,
NAACP.
Hold on. I said double before NAACP and or the Thurgood Marshall College Fund. I will be making a personal donation as well. Now, this was following Huda's first apology. In response to this, Huda followed suit, issuing a longer apology and also saying that she has made a personal donation to the NAACP and that if other people would like to do so, she would include the NAACP and more organizations like links for them. I find this strange that she then proceeded to post links that are different organizations than the one that Olandria, the victim of this, posted. So like she posted like the NAACP and then like some other ones. So it's like I feel like you're trying to be like, see, I know anti-racist organizations too. No, the girl who was called an N-word on live stream told you to pick these 3.
Those are your options.
Those are the
It's
options.
multiple choice. It's not short answer.
I find that like really like that's probably snowflake-ish of me. I find that really offensive. Like,
yeah,
but like on top of what you did and didn't do in that situation, you are now trying to be like better than this Black woman and give people like better resources than she gave, and like that's rude.
Somebody responded to Nick and was like, so you're not going to talk about your trip to Kentucky? And he said, yes, got a little bit more important things going on right now.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I was like, good for you, sir.
Just nuts. Like, it's just crazy. And people are calling for Huda Beauty to pull.
They did.
They did? Okay.
Did. Yeah, they posted something and they said that while they don't believe it's in line with Huda's character from what they've met of her, that they're disappointed in how she handled it afterward, and they pulled her product or collab products or whatever, and they have taken down any advertisements with her face on them from their social media and their physical stores.
That sucks, girl. And it's like, again, I think even if you don't want to be like, oh, be a better person, which of course you should be, but like be a better like public person.
Right.
You had to recognize in that moment, like, this is not going to fare well for me, especially when you post something saying like, let me get ahead of this before it gets out of hand. You should have been on your knees begging for forgiveness. That is the only way this would have worked out.
I just find her so interesting because like she was like just talking about the fact that like the reunion was an issue because she was being interviewed by a Jewish man, and like full stop was like, I shouldn't have been allowed to be interviewed and criticized by a Jewish man.
Which is crazy because didn't she like say about Elan like that, like when they brought it up at the reunion and they were like fans were, maybe they didn't bring it up, but I thought she had like been in defense of Elan and like don't come for him.
I know I know that they had a conversation in Casa Amor about like being Jewish and Palestinian and like kind of just like discussing things with each other, but like she was like so quick because Andy Cohen was like calling her out on her poor behavior to be like, well, this shouldn't be addressed to me in this way. But then like if it's any group outside of her experience, then like she doesn't care if they're hurt or offended, and if she's the one like being the catalyst for that. And like I just think she's very immature and like very self-serving, and I think that that's really frustrating, probably for the people who are now like having to be tied to her through this show to be connected to someone like this, or someone who behaves that way. But like I just find it so interesting because like when it's her that can be like the victim of it, everything's like such a big deal. And like I think that it could be really valid if she also empathized with other minority groups, and like she clearly doesn't.
Yeah.
And so
a good assessment.
Like then everything kind of feels invalidated after that.
Yeah.
And like I don't know if that's problematic to say, but like I just think it's very selfish.
Yeah. I mean, but I think, I don't know, I think that's kind of how she is even with like not race and identity related things, you know, like she I don't know, like was like interested enough in other people's business, but then when they asked her about her relationship with Louis,
right,
Netflix says we can't talk about it. And like I don't want to do public displays of affection with Chris, but now I want him to carry me, even though we're broken up. Like, it's just, you know, the rules don't apply to Huda the way they apply to everyone else in general. I think.
And like, look,
I think that's just her personality.
Yeah, I can respect blaming everything on the system. Like, I blame literally everything on, like, well, that a man, it was a man. I'm a woman, and that was a man. But also can recognize that I'm a white woman. And so then there are other women of other races that have less opportunities than I do and have more systematic oppression than I do based on their races, their income, and like things like that, that I fit into a different classification of by society standards. And so I think that like that's the key is like, and I think we're going back to the costumes now, is like wanting to like stand up for your group, totally respectable, but then like you also have to be able to recognize that like your group is not the only group that experiences this. And if you are not standing against it, and specifically if you're aiding in it, then like that's a problem.
It's just like, how would Huda feel and her fans if on a live with Nick and Alandria someone said something about Palestinians and they laughed? She would lose it. So like, treat
and like fair
your friends the same way. Totally fair. But also I don't think that would happen. I don't think that Alandria and Nick would let that slide.
No.
I think even if someone did that today with Alandria and Nick as mad as they are, I still think they would be like, absolutely not here. Okay. Moving into Salt Lake City. I don't have a whole lot, but I gave it its own section anyway. What?
Are you kidding? You don't want to talk in great detail about Angela's boat sickness? Angie's boat sickness?
Angela.
Well, okay, to be fair, on Wife Swap, the husband did keep calling her Angela.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was cute. So that's my first bullet. I must say, guys, I have to
I actually really love the Wife Swap.
I really love Mary not reading the pop culture script anymore. It makes this, she is just like, she's just got to roll with the punches. She's taking whatever I give her. It's going very well. Anyway, first bullet, in addition to the new Salt Lake City season airing, we got Angie on the first episode of Wife Swap, the Housewives edition. It was so cute. I was obsessed. When they did the intro, I was like, Billy, full body chills. Like, this is the best day of my life. This is probably something no one here knows. Wife Swap's my favorite show ever made. I think it's incredible. I think
she thinks she's a smart little girl.
We're just the sorry people. I love Wife Swap. And this was everything
Wife Swap, trading spouses.
Yes. This is everything I wanted it to be. I think like there's trouble with like it being a housewife and like a non-housewife. Like, it's different than like
Sammy kept trying to ask me who the other woman was. I was like, I don't know. She's just a woman.
Yeah, and it's like another twist that like that means the person knows who like they know these famous people. And so like that's interesting that she's like, I know Angie and her family. I've seen them. She like guessed it's gonna be Lisa Barlow. Which was funny.
But I was like, y'all don't have running water, but you know the names of the Salt Lake City housewives?
Yeah, crazy. But I thought it was so cute. And I have this story. I was on the phone with Mom. I was on FaceTime. And she like had to stop because Dad was trying to show her something. She's like, hold on. And he's like leaned over with his phone and I can see that it's on Instagram. And I hear him, and I hadn't watched the episode yet. And I hear him, he's like, and there's Sean and there's Electra. And I was like, isn't Electra the name of like one of the housewives' kids? And I was like, who is he talking about? And then I watched the show and I realized they had watched wife swap, and now he remembers her whole family's name. And he loves Angie's family, and he's like showing mom, like, and look, there's Electra. And I'm like,
we love Electra.
we love.
She's like basically our third daughter now.
Yeah, actually, we love Sean. I was like, this is so cute.
Angie and Hazel are the cutest people alive. Like, I hope she gets to like talk to that kid still. What them like crying together, the moms crying together.
Yeah. And it was very like Wife Swap, where like the family was like, we're sending her because we want her attention. And she's like, I'm going because I want them to, you know, like that's how it works.
Yeah. So and like when she said, she was like, have you read the letter she left me? And Sean was like, no, I didn't read that. And she's like, you should. Cause like, and then like when she was explaining in the little like interview, she was like, she talks a lot about like wanting to spend more time with them. And so like, I think he should read it.
Yeah.
And I was like, good for you, girl. Tell him. And like, it was so cute. Did you watch the Melissa Gorga one?
I haven't yet.
It's not as cute.
Dang.
It's fine, but like, it's just interesting.
Hers, it looked from the picture like it's going to be more about like work. Like she's going to have to do a lot.
Well, so Melissa Gorga's whole thing going into it was like, because like, you know, they have a thing. Like Angie's was like, I'm lavish, versus the person she switched with, Lindsay, who was living off grid. For Melissa and the woman that she swapped with, it was more about like Melissa is like a neat freak, and like she spends all day cleaning and like wiping down every single surface. And the other wife, I can't remember her name right now, but she like said that she like prioritizes family time over like housework. And so like their house was pretty messy, and like they had dishes piled up in the sink, their kids' rooms weren't clean.
And that's so fun. That's so wife swap-ish.
I know. And so like that's like kind of the challenge. And so and like this is like an abridged version of Wife Swap, because in the original Wife Swap they were gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And this, they have, I think, 1 full day of OG Wife's Rules and 1 full day of New Wife's Rules, or maybe it's 2 days or something. But so, and when it switched to Melissa's rules, it was a lot of like cleaning the house, but I think that was more like her choice.
Sure.
And the husband and the other wife were saying that like they would keep their house clean if it were clean, but since it's not clean, it's hard for them to get it that way and then maintain it. But she was telling Melissa, like, she's like, when I walked into your house, like, it's so beautiful. Like, I stayed up late cleaning up after myself because your house is so clean, and like I wanted to like respect that. And so she's like, and I want to do the same thing in my house. And so it was kind of about like different like priorities and like work ethic kind of things. Yeah.
Cool.
It was cute.
Good summary.
Angie's was fun.
Yeah. We also have an upcoming special in November called Surviving Mormonism with Heather Gay.
And Surviving Mormonism with Vince Pinaro.
Exactly. Actually, it's with Kelsey.
Yeah.
I think it's like 3 episodes, but I'm excited. Andy Cohen.
And they had a Sweet Life on Deck style crossover.
Yes. Andy Cohen was on Call Her Daddy, and he was asked, who's the thirstiest Bravo celebrity? It is no surprise at all that he said Brittany. I'm actually more surprised that he was like, this is out of total love. I love her so much. And he's like, but Brittany. I was like, okay. Did you see that they did that swimsuit cover? And then she went on a TV interview in a bikini?
No.
Because she felt left out?
baby, you're not a Real Housewife.
Mm-hmm. She walked
So,
onto a TV interview set in a bikini and heels. It looked as ridiculous as it sounds. And the host or the interviewer was like, "Oh my God, that is so funny." And I was like, "I don't think you think that. I think
yeah,
you're concerned."
you're lying.
Yeah. Okay, and then in reference to the show, I do believe that it's Lisa who plants stories.
Yeah.
But does it feel like Heather Gay is on the constant hunt for just more reality Von Teese moments?
Yes.
Like,
No,
I'm
literally
kind
the
of
whole
like,
time I
okay,
was
Heather,
thinking
it
this
doesn't
woman
have
is
to be the
so fucking
same.
on edge
Yeah, and
about
she's just like trying to
everything
get like an
involving
iconic line.
stories. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was also like crazy because like I actually like really enjoyed watching the moment with Heather and Lisa when they were shopping.
yeah.
And Heather was like, and Lisa was like, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to talk. And Heather was like, stop. Like, I want you to listen to me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to like be honest with you. And I really like appreciated how Heather was like approaching Lisa in that moment. And then on the yacht, it was like very different the way she was approaching Lisa. And I think that like, obviously, even if Lisa is planning stories, she's not gonna fucking admit it
Mm-hmm.
at this moment.
She's just
You're
gonna be like,
screaming at
oh,
her.
you're right.
Right. And like, and it was funny because Heather was like, I don't want these women to like show Captain Jason how crazy we are. And then Captain Jason and the chef walk up and Heather's like, and I'm like,
Yeah,
Heather,
yeah,
it's you, babe. But
yeah.
yeah, I think that like, I've really liked Heather this season because I
Mm-hmm.
feel like she's shown a lot of like growth. Like, even the women she has problems with, like, she's like getting along well with this season, or at least like being like honest with them. And
Mm-hmm.
like, but then yeah, that happened and I was like, I
It
don't
just feels,
understand.
yeah, it just feels like she's trying so hard to like deliver like an iconic one-liner or
Right.
like this memeable moment or like some,
Right.
like, and it's just not gonna happen all the time, babe.
Right. And that's okay.
That's okay. But like the moments where she's not trying to do that, yeah, I think she's really likable
Yeah.
this season. All right, last and longest section, and we're gonna have to get through it. We just finished the least successful season of Love is Blind. Is it time to cancel the show?
Well, no, because they've already filmed the
Well,
next season.
but well, they could just not air it. But after the seasons that have already been done.
I think like genuinely if they can't fucking listen to
Mm-hmm.
their viewers,
But do you think it's
then
because
they
of that?
do need to cancel.
Do you think it's because of that delay? Like by the
Maybe.
time we're seeing a season
Right.
and we're offering critiques, the other one has already been filmed.
Right. And like some of them they've
You can
said like
change how you
it's been
edit, but you
2
can't.
years, a year and a half, like
Mm-hmm.
since this happened, since this was filmed. But like I also
But
think
we hadn't
but
seen it, so like
we've been telling them for years
sure.
to get a better grip on how they like suss out these people. And
Mm-hmm.
so I think that like that, I think if they can do like make that switch, then like it will be more successful. Um but yeah, which also makes me think about like what's going to happen to the Bachelor franchise after this Bachelorette season, just
Mm-hmm.
because like the video she posted the other day about like that girl who had sex with uh what's his name, Dakota. Did you see this?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so Taylor posted a video of herself, Miranda, and 2 other girls that I don't recognize, but that like she like are friends with Miranda basically.
Mm-hmm.
And she said like that one of them had lied to her face about having sex with Dakota.
Okay.
And she posted it, she almost immediately took it down. And then Miranda and Chase both posted about it and said like because people were coming for Miranda for continuously like bringing these people into Taylor's life, and Miranda was like, I did not know that was happening, and as soon as I found out, I told Taylor and I stopped talking to that person. And then like Chase kind of said the same thing, but like people are like that's kind of what she does, is just very
Mm-hmm.
quickly posts like, well, none of the cast came to my CMT thing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this girl's fucking my ex-boyfriend. And like, I think that in her saying like, if Dakota comes on night one, I don't know what I do. Like, I think that we are clearly in store for like one of the messiest seasons we'll ever get of the Bachelor franchise, and probably like the messiest aftermath as well. And so like, I think that like that change in Bachelor, because, and we've talked about this before, that like the Bachelor Bachelorette vibe is very different from other shows that are like, you need to be ready to be married,
very serious.
and so like, I think that that change could really like make or break the franchise. And I think for Love Island, for Love is Blind, like, again, fans are calling for changes, and like the Bachelor's like listened to calls for changes. They have the Golden Bachelor now. They've had much more leads of various races and ages and like all of these things. They've had people of different weights on, all of that. And I think that Love is Blind, like, the key to continuing their show is to get people to, or to get them to listen to people.
Sure.
And people are saying like, at the bare minimum, run a better background check.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's like, I mean, I think we'll keep watching it.
I don't know though.
Either way, but like, I think
if it doesn't change at all, like,
I think after a season with no marriages, like, that's your sign, like something does need to change.
Do we know, like, what city's coming next?
Not off the top of my head.
Did they? I didn't know if they said it.
I think they did. I think we could argue that like Netflix might be thinking they're gonna watch it. Like, they always watch it. They always say that, and they're gonna keep watching it. But then you have this season where there are no weddings, no marriages, and I think like that's kind of more of a sign to them that like the system we've created is no longer working. So
and it might be that it does just take like a season or two delay.
Yeah.
And maybe things are better. But yeah, I think I would stop watching if next season isn't better. Not because I care about the success rate. Like, come on now, but it just was like nuts to watch. I felt like I was watching some propaganda that I didn't want to be.
Yeah. And then a lot of people were messaging Chelsea and what, like, telling her that they need to do a better job, and she was like, I don't work there right now, like, stop messaging me. But so like, they're like, people are desperate. They're messaging anyone that they know works at Netflix, and they're or has ever worked at Netflix, and they're like, please change the structure of Love is Blind.
Okay, so we got to watch some of the breakups together. So fun. But I'm going to start on the wedding episode. So on the wedding episode, not a single couple got married, as we mentioned. And I think more important, the couple with the presumed highest chance of getting married did not even make it to the altar. It was so sad to watch Jordan while Megan called it off. But like, thank God she did not let him have a wedding.
Right.
I don't know that he would have brought Luca, because Luca's not supposed to be on camera, but like, maybe he.
I saw some people theorize that they broke off the wedding and then got married like off camera so that Luca could be there. But that's obviously
not true. She absolutely deserved Mike, which we find out at the reunion. She tried and has no connection with him, probably because he's like a wet paper towel.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mean wet paper towel.
Yeah. Turns out that being connected by knowing a diabetic person just is not enough.
Yeah.
In the end.
That's too bad.
I was going to try my hand at Jordan next.
Yeah.
So Edmund's reaction to being dumped at the altar was exactly as expected. Thank God for that. It's made incredible memes. Frankly, though, so was KB's. I'm not a fan of Edmund's, but I think it was clear. I mean, this is a good or bad thing, I guess, but I think it was clear that she was like always kind of in social worker mode with him.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just, and maybe that's just like she's a very serious person. But like I feel like at least from what we saw, like there was not a lot
Mm-hmm.
of like fiance lovey-dovey relationshipy stuff.
But then I feel like at the reunion, we
Yeah.
kind of got more insight into that. That
Sure.
like he really kind of was always having to like talk him off a ledge.
Yeah. Yeah. And like when someone is just like boohoo crying on their knees to you all the time, like you are just like managing their emotions, you know?
Yeah.
So watching his former teacher started a texting flurry between our family. I was like, I don't know if I really thought it would have been that much of a spoiler, but I didn't want to like spoil it and have y'all like going into it thinking, let me see if Katie's theory is right.
Mm-hmm.
But so I was like waiting for Mary and my mom, mostly, sorry, Dad, to get to this part. And I just felt like, I feel like it offered so much insight into Edmund because you could see like she was acting towards him like this was the first autistic student she ever had in her class, and that he like taught her how to teach people who learn differently. She was talking about like you couldn't sit down when you learned, and like you had a hard time, but like you were still learning, and now I let people do whatever they need to do to learn in my classroom. And like I thought that was so cute. Like we all like thought he was autistic.
Right.
But like it was like
but now confirmed.
It was cute. Confirmed. And it was cute that she's like, you taught me so much.
Yeah. I liked them.
Yeah.
And I like that unlike Anton's family, when KB chose not to marry Edmund, she did not come after her. She was just like, one day you'll find like who you're looking for, and like that'll be okay. Yeah. While Anton's family called Allie, what do they call her? A cold-hearted fucking bitch.
Oh, nice. Yes.
It's actually crazy that they didn't bring that up at the reunion.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to hear about.
Yeah. I was quite disappointed to hear Edmund tell us that he eats his boogers in an interview clip. Which brings me back to something that Mary said early in the season when Megan referred to herself as Sparkle Megan. I say, at his grown age. Sparkle Megan at her grown age.
Right.
Y'all are crazy.
Like, is her baby gonna have to call her Sparkle Mommy?
Okay. This was the standout thing for Allie and Anton for me. I wasn't paying enough attention to his family, I guess. But I just felt like she played us, the viewers, for fools. Yes! She was, like, defending him to her mom. She was, like, gushing, talking about him. And I was, like, telling Billy, like, she is going to say yes. I didn't think she was going to say yes. She hated him yesterday. But now she is going to say yes. And then she gets up there and she's like, you ain't been the same guy.
Right.
Not one time since the violence. I was like, what?
I did not like his mom, like, kind of asking her, like, what she was going to do. I think that was shitty.
Yeah.
And puts her in, like, a very awkward position. But then I think that's why they called her a cold-hearted fucking bitch, because, like,
she had, like, lied.
She had told them that she was going to say yes, that she's in love with him or whatever. But, like, you shouldn't be asking her that. That's kind of, like, the whole point of this.
Yeah. Obviously she made the right choice.
Yeah.
Do not marry that man.
No.
So, like I said, we were together when we got to watch Nick dump Annie. This was hilarious. Her being like, love me, it's amazing. Crazy. Nick said essentially something along the lines of like, so are we going to keep dragging this on? And Mary said, oh yeah, that is a gay man.
I was just about to say it again. Yeah. He is a gay man.
Yeah. As if we weren't sure before. As if we weren't sure before. He said, "Are you gonna stop fucking talking, or are we gonna do this all day?"
He
Come on.
put on the sunglasses. It's time for a Paris is Burning style reading on
Yes.
RuPaul's Drag Race. Thank you, Nick.
Yeah. I saw an interview. Oh, my tattoo is peeling.
Me too.
Oh, I can't tell. She's got a little white flake in her hair. So Garrett from season 7 did an interview about how much they are drinking this season.
Mm-hmm.
He said, like, I don't understand where they find the time or the energy. He said, I literally went to work at 5 a.m. I worked all day. I came home to filming until 10 or 11 at night. I went to bed. I did it all over again. I literally don't know when I would have time to get drunk.
Yeah.
But it's like, I think that's the thing. The people in the DC one had jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Like normal, everyday jobs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like Allie and Anton worked and they work nights, but that means they only work like half the week, which is like great, but that's in their regular schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Getting drunk all the time.
They just need alcohol that badly. They're making the time for it.
Yeah, yes. I do think that like it's maybe playing more of a role than I realized. I mean, other than obviously Anton when they're actively talking about it, and Joe who was drunk or something all the time. But like other than them, like I didn't really think about
we were
them
fighting or fucking.
Yeah. Billy was like, "Are we offended by that?" And I was like, "No, she's laughing."
Yeah, and it's true.
He's a funny boy.
I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah. So the reunion was bad.
Mm-hmm.
Much like the rest of the season. We always knew that Nick and Vanessa were bad hosts.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess no surprise there. I just hate the way they do it. Like, I don't get, they don't go around and like say hi to every person. They just literally, it starts, they say, hi, Jordan, hi, Megan, let's start with you. And so then it's like, you haven't even like spoken to Allie until the very end. And it's just very weird. I hate the way it's so sporadic. And then I hate Vanessa's therapizing. She's like telling Edmund how he feels. And I was like, ew. Casey got way too much airtime, and I honestly can't explain how disappointing it was to watch this whole freaking ring conversation.
I swear to God.
And then Patrick just ends up giving it back because of a stupid basketball competition.
Right.
That no one asked for.
Why did Nick and Vanessa work so hard to convince her to give the ring back just to immediately say like actually whoever wins the basketball competition can have the ring?
And Patrick was on the same page. He was like, oh, I'll give it back in Denver or like whatever. And then he's like, fine, like everyone's staring at me. And then he just was super nice about it and great. But like that was so stupid. And we don't want to watch a live music artist and we don't want to watch a basketball competition.
Especially not for one song.
And that, Mary, is like a good example of like there's not a time gap in between that. We had a live music artist last year at the reunion and they heard our cries that we hated it. And then they did it again.
And they made it worse. They did it at the beginning instead of the end.
Yeah. Stupid. Well, yeah. There was no love to celebrate at the end at all. So
ridiculous.
I was so proud of and blown away by KB and her maturity, especially her apology to Edmund. First, she said that he asked her to be kinder at one point, and she like went to her mom and was like, I don't understand. I'm very kind. And her mom said, you know, like you're being kind how you be kind, but like learn what kindness means to him. And that's so cute. And then her mom was like, yes, me. Then KB apologized to him for cursing at him, calling him out of his name, and not speaking to him with love. She told him, do not accept that kind of love. When someone loves you, they speak to you out of love all the time. Very cute.
But also hold him accountable.
Did they ask them if they were seeing anyone? I don't think they did.
I don't think so.
Unfortunately, the fact that Sparkle Megan has a partner and a newborn baby is not really a major surprise like Netflix wanted it to be, because paparazzi already found this out for us.
Yeah.
So,
thanks.
When they asked Allie if she was dating anyone, she pulled a Netflix won't let me talk about it.
Right. On Netflix.
Yeah. Actually, my contract says. Now, I don't know if you were able to do any doppelgangers.
I did. I was.
Okay. So I realized that we never did this when the season started like we usually do. So I have asked Mary to prepare a few doppelgangers of this season's cast.
Okay. I think that, and also I haven't shown Katie these.
Yes, this is another surprise to me.
I think that Sparkle Megan looks like Latrell from White Chicks, but with like a more natural blonde. There is something about her eyes and her chin that look so fake. It looks like she's wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Or prosthetics.
Yeah.
So that's that. I think that Joe looks like Jacob Elordi if he was a cop. And like not famous, like a small town
local
yeah.
cop.
I think Casey, this one was tricky for me, so bear with me. I think Casey looks like Angelina Jolie in Girl Interrupted if she was obsessed with how she looked.
Like if she was putting on makeup?
Like if she was doing a lot of work to her face and putting on makeup. Madison looks like Larsa Pippen if she were a Tim Burton character.
Whoa! Mean!
No, but have you not seen those edits?
No.
Okay, people are doing like Bravo casts as like Tim Burton characters,
yes.
And the one that of Larsa looks like Madison.
Oh, if Madison was also a Tim Burton character or just real Madison?
It just looks like Madison.
Okay.
Yeah. Jordan looks like Lenny from Shark Tale. He's the shark.
Okay.
Nick looks like every white man I went to college with. Anton looks like if you Frankenstein together every deckhand that has ever appeared on Below Deck.
Interesting.
Annie looks like an off-Broadway Miss Hannigan from Annie. Who's the drunk orphanage runner.
Miss Hannigan. Oh,
but
okay.
Off-Broadway.
Okay.
But off-Broadway.
Okay.
Allie looks like Isabella from Phineas and Ferb if she grew up and became yassified.
Who? Allie? Oh, yes.
Patrick looks like a pug.
Okay.
I think KB kind of looks like Wendy Osefo. And I think Edmund kind of looks like Happy Eddie. He
does look like Eddie.
But also tall. I think yes. But I also think he looks like Chad from Recess.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Cool. That's good work.
Kate also, I think, honorable mention, Kate looks like every white woman I went to college with.
Yes, also true. All right, that is all I have.
Me too.
So I wanted to end with, if by the time this episode comes out, our government has decided to release the $6 billion that they have for food assistance to actually help with food assistance, then that would be great. But in the case that that has not happened, if you or someone you know needs food assistance, you can go to Feeding America's website and find food banks near you. But also, if you're able to donate to food banks in the coming months, please do that, because they do not have the capacity to handle the amount of people that are going to need food. We also have a fundraiser up on our Instagram that goes to Feeding America if you would like to contribute that way.
Also,
that's what I got.
if you don't have a lot of money, something that I saw someone say is that, like, if you get a meal at McDonald's right now while they're doing the Monopoly, you can keep the Monopoly, like, free food things and, like, give them to people who are hungry, and they can then turn them in for free McDonald's foods.
Also a good idea. Cool. All right. That's all we got. Sorry, everything's depressing. But before that was a whole lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, all right. Oh, I also wanted to say I love your shirt because it looks like an old school Italian Fest shirt.
I know. It's the stamps one.
Oh, cute.
I want to do one of, like, us in costumes. Okay. Follow me with this. Okay. And one of us is dressed as a peach and one of us is dressed as a kitten. Okay. And it says sweeter than a peach and softer than a kitten.
Oh, cute.
But then I don't know what else. I wanted to say something else about, like, but also could cut a bitch kind of thing. And I'm trying to figure out how to portray.
Feels like a cinnamon roll could kill you.
Yeah. Sweeter than a peach, softer than a kitten, but could cut a bitch. But I haven't done it yet.
Cool. We'll be on the lookout for that. All right. Bye.
Bye.